We got more builds for you. First build is something I've used a lot of in the past. Sniper 6'1", 185. It's got 1T, close quarters, elite edges, and the 2 boosts are applied to controlled passing and offensive timing for the passing and hand-eye. This is a build for size, but it is still fast with the speed at 89, acceleration at 90. The agility is lower so that I can get a couple more points into balance. The second sniper build is more of an average size build at 5'10", 180. Still has everything applied the exact same way, except this one just has a little bit more speed instead of more balance. The shortest build you can possibly have, 5'7", 160. Everything is applied here the exact same way, except for I switched out controlled passing with controlled deking. Potentially throw in a couple more dekes in there. You'll definitely need it because this build is suffering with balance. If someone so much as lays a hand on you, you're falling down. The only reason you would use this build is if you really like the agility and be able to kind of turn at a moment's notice. Other than that, you see the speed, it's not much different than the last 2 builds. But I've seen people use 5'7" builds, so I might as well give you something that suits them. The next build is a Playmaker at 6'1", 195. It's got elite edges on, magnetic, and quick pick, with quick stick and positional IQ to become a little bit better in the defensive zone. You can even switch this up if you want to be a little more offensive. Tape to tape and puck on a string works well, and change the boost to either controlled passing, offensive threat, or charged hits to have better offense and appear more bulky. 5'9", 180 if you want to be a little bit quicker, but there's just no point in going 5'7", 160 unless you feel the need to sacrifice balance for agility. Next build is in the Dangler category. Again, 6'1", 195. This is more for bulkier builds. Elite edges, puck on a string, magnetic. 2 boosts apply to quick stick and controlled deking. The only reason you would need to use Dangler is if you like deking and feel the need to have high deking for that. Otherwise, this build in general is kind of useless in terms of a Dangler because dekes are hard to pull off consistently. And if you don't like deking, then why are you using Dangler? Sacrificing points off of agility for balance is a good combo, especially when you have elite edges. It kind of cancels out the negativity towards agility. The Dangler build to me is weak compared to the Sniper Playmaker because you lose out on your shot and your pass. For deking, I don't see a lot of dekes used in 3, so unless you have high deking, I would not recommend this build. You can also change elite edges for ankle breaker if you really want to maximize your dekes. 5'9", 180 is the lowest I would go with this build. Now we really start getting into the meta for NHL 22. Power forward 6'2". I changed it from last time. Now it's 234 so that you can have a little bit more speed out there. Truculence, back at you, unstoppable force, 2 boosts apply to controlled passing, and durable skating. I feel like having durable skating is necessary for this build considering you need to have that quickness, and it really combos well with having high balance. You can even change out controlled passing for core balance to have even more balance, to hit that at 90. You can even be faster with this build if you want to go 210 so that your speed is at 86 and you can sacrifice some of your points from balance and put it back into agility. Or you can keep your balance up and just keep agility low if you want to have high balance. But having 86 speed, 86 balance combos pretty well. Overall, this build is super bulky and still competes with those shorter, faster builds. Now we get into defense, and this first build is something that I've been using since November. Puck moving defenseman. Again, 6'1", 195. It's more of a bulkier size build. Elite edges, stick them up, and quick pick to a boost applied to quick stick, positional IQ to have my defense really maximized. I like this build because it's got really good speed, 88 close to 90, and it also has a lot of balance as well when trying to break out the puck. The edges makes the agility back up, so it's always good to have that when you want to have high balance. Having passing close to 90 for defensive builds is great because you need to be able to make a solid breakout pass to your teammates. Now, I know I have close to 90 deking, but you could switch it out for more of discipline if you feel that you're taking too many penalties. But it's not bad having high deking with this build. This build I use against any sniper, dangler, playmaker that wants to use their speed against me. This next build counters any power forward out there trying to use their size against us. Defensive defenseman, the exact same height and weight as the power forward, 6'2", 234. Truculence, unstoppable force, stick them up. Controlled passing and durable skating, basically the exact same boost applied from the power forward class. The reason I go with stick 'em up instead of shutdown is because you already have truculence here to maximize your hitting. You might as well have a quicker stick as well instead of having shutdown. If you feel the need to have quick pick on, then I would change stick 'em up to shutdown to improve more on hitting and poke checking on one-on-one situations. But this is the exact mirrored build that I have against the power forward with high speed, really high balance to accommodate towards those players. Again, passing needs to be high so you can make a solid breakout pass. You don't necessarily need to lower the height of this build because 84 speed is pretty good to have. You don't need to have god tier speed to keep up with anybody. And it's better to have higher balance in this case, especially when guys try to go and forecheck you and potentially take the puck off you. No short build can hit you with this 88 balance. So it is worth keeping the height exactly where it is to maximize the bulkiness of this build. The two-way defenseman class kind of gets left out here because there's really no point in having this build. Other than having quick pick at the very start, this build gets left out due to having the exact same balance as my puck moving defenseman, but it has pretty much the exact same speed as the defensive defenseman at 6'2", 234. Honestly, that's a double negative because you can't make this build as fast as the puck moving, and you can't make it as strong as the defensive defenseman. There's no middle ground here, so it gets left out due to it. Picking between a puck moving defenseman and the defensive defenseman are your two best options. Now, if you guys have designed a really solid two-way defenseman build that is sort of a middle ground between puck moving and defensive defenseman, please let me know down in the comments below. The two-way defenseman build and the offensive defenseman build are, to me, completely useless in threes. Click here for the best clips we've had in December.